love the myth that billionaires are born knowing more, that genius is some inherited secret. But the real secret, it isn't intelligence, it's velocity. The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn at a speed the world can't match.
Most chase life with a bucket, hoping to catch the rain of knowledge. But I watched the outliers. They became the storm. They redesigned their minds to turn every day into a classroom, every failure into a lesson plan, every stranger into a mentor. Learning for them wasn't an activity. It was a way of being. This is Billionaires Take. Tonight, the learning superpower, how I learned to absorb wisdom 10x faster.
I remember being the slowest learner in the room. I'd read the same line 10 times, and nothing would stick. But what I didn't know was it wasn't about reading more. It was about clearing the clutter inside. Speed isn't just about moving faster. It's about eliminating friction, removing the weight of ego, fear, distraction.
Learning is an act of humility. The day I realized how little I knew was the day I started learning at the speed of light. I made ignorance my compass. Every time I felt foolish, I dug deeper. I stopped hiding from confusion and started following it.
It's easy to memorize facts, but billionaires don't collect trivia. They harvest insight. They compress knowledge into wisdom and then wire it straight into their actions. It's less about what you remember, more about what you become.
Want a story? Let's talk about Elon Musk. In his 20s, he set out to learn rocket science from scratch. He didn't enroll in university. He reverse engineered NASA's problems by devouring textbooks, grilling experts, and building mental models. He read voraciously, yes, but more importantly, he deconstructed everything. He broke knowledge down to first principles, threw out what didn't serve, and rebuilt understanding from the foundation up. That's not fast learning, it's deep learning at hyper speed.
I remember when I was failing at a startup. Every expert told me to pivot, but I realized I needed to pivot how I learned. I started to do what Musk did: deconstruct, question, strip away assumptions. Suddenly, instead of memorizing advice, I started understanding patterns. Instead of reading 10 books, I absorbed the lesson of 100. That's how you learn 10 times faster, by changing the soil, not just planting new seeds.
The ultra learners I know don't protect their ideas. They invite critics, welcome debate, put their beliefs in the line of fire. They treat every conversation as a laboratory. Ego slows them down, curiosity lights their fuse.
Speed comes from permission. Permission to make mistakes, to look ignorant, to break things and build them again. I watched a billionaire friend spend hours asking his interns questions most CEOs would never dare. He said, "The moment I think I know more than the room, I've started dying." That humility? That's the accelerator.
When I wanted to master negotiation, I didn't just read books. I shadowed the masters. I asked to sit in on deals, take notes, wash coffee mugs just to listen. Every day I digested what I saw and rebuilt my approach from scratch. Within months, I wasn't just learning, I was transforming.
The fastest learners engineer their environment. They strip out distraction. They curate their inputs, design their days, guard their mornings for study, and fill every moment with intention. They don't binge information. They build frameworks, connect dots, synthesize meaning. 10 times faster, because every lesson sticks.
They also know the most powerful kind of learning is teaching. The day I started sharing what I barely understood, my mind ignited. Explaining forced me to simplify, to find clarity in chaos. That's when knowledge becomes reflex.
It's not just about what you know, it's about how you see. Billionaires learn to change their angle, to step outside themselves and view the world through 1,000 eyes. Perspective multiplies speed.
When you let go of being right, you let in 100 new pathways. I used to cling to my beliefs like armor, but every time I dropped one, I moved faster, learned more, became lighter.
The world thinks learning is about addition, more facts, more data. But the truth is, speed comes from subtraction. Remove the noise. Silence the inner critic. Let go of the obsession to know it all. Suddenly, every insight is a lightning bolt.
It's about iteration, not memorization. Fail, review, adjust, repeat. Every mistake is a turbocharger. Every embarrassment, a key.
If you want to learn 10 times faster, make your life a laboratory. Turn confusion into a compass. Invite failure to dinner. Rebuild your mind every morning.
The billionaires I've met aren't afraid to look like students. They know wisdom isn't in appearing smart, it's in becoming a vessel, emptied and filled, again and again.
If you want to move faster, clear the path inside your mind. Break the boulders of pride, fear, and self-doubt. Learning isn't just what you do. It's who you become.
And this is Billionaires Take.